I've been walking this earth for 92 years, and I want to tell you something that may catch you off guard. The secret to living a long life isn't found in adding more routines or chasing every new health trend. It's about what you decide to stop doing. My name is Opal June. Over the course of my life, I've buried my mother, my father, 3 sisters, and my husband. I have attended more funerals than birthday celebrations. After a while, you begin to notice patterns. You sit quietly, you remember faces, and you ask yourself why some people seem to leave so early. The ones who passed before their time often shared something in common. It wasn't simply misfortune. It wasn't always heredity. More often than not, it was the habits they clung to, the behaviors they defended, the patterns they refused to release. So I'm going to share 7 things I chose to stop doing. And I believe with all my heart that letting go of these 7 things is the reason I'm still here at 92. Listen carefully. One of them may be quietly stealing years from you, and you may not even realize it. First, I stopped eating after the sun went down. It sounds old-fashioned, I know. My grandmother used to say the same thing when I was young, and I ignored her advice. I thought I understood better than she did. For many years I would eat my supper, then sit in front of the television with a little snack. Sometimes crackers, sometimes cake, sometimes a bowl of ice cream. It didn't seem like a big deal, but I began waking up exhausted. My joints felt stiff. My body felt heavy. There was a fog over my mornings that I couldn't explain. About 40 years ago, I finally decided to try her way. My last bite of food is finished by 6 in the evening, maybe 7 during the long summer days. After that, I drink water or tea and nothing else. Your body heals at night. It repairs, it cleans, it restores. But it cannot do that properly if it is still working to digest late meals. Within weeks of making that change, I felt different. Lighter, clearer, more rested. I have not returned to late-night eating since. Second, I stopped arguing with foolish people. I used to be quick to defend my opinions. If someone said something ignorant or incorrect, I felt responsible for setting them straight. I needed to prove my point. I needed to win. I believed that if I just explained things clearly enough, they would understand. All it brought me was stress. My blood pressure climbed. I lay awake replaying conversations in my mind. And not once did I truly change anyone's thinking. People believe what they choose to believe. Trying to force wisdom onto someone who does not want it is like trying to sweep the ocean with a broom. Now, when someone says something that irritates me, I smile politely. I let it pass. I protect my peace. That is not weakness, it is maturity. Your calm is valuable. Every unnecessary argument you avoid is tension your body does not have to carry. Third, I stopped sitting for most of the day. I'm not speaking about gym memberships or intense workouts. I have never been inside a fitness center in my life. I am talking about simple movement, getting up, staying active in ordinary ways. My husband, bless his soul, would sit in his recliner from morning until bedtime. He stood only to eat or use the restroom. He passed away at 71. That experience taught me something I could not ignore. I move throughout the day. I walk to the mailbox. I sweep the floor. I water my plants. I stand while talking on the phone. I hang laundry. I stretch my legs when I feel them stiffen. The human body is meant to move. When water flows in a stream, it stays fresh. When it becomes stagnant, it grows murky. If you are sitting more than you are moving, you are asking your body to slow down sooner than it needs to. Age is not the only factor. Inactivity steals vitality quietly. Fourth, I stopped holding on to grudges. I had a younger sister who hurt me deeply many years ago. The kind of hurt that stays with you. For 15 years, I carried that anger inside me. I would not speak to her. I avoided family gatherings if she was present. I replayed the offense in my mind again and again. She continued living her life. She slept peacefully. I was the one suffering. The resentment did not punish her. It punished me. One day I picked up the telephone and told her I forgave her. We both cried. We did not revisit the details. We simply chose peace, and I felt a weight lift from my chest that very day. Bitterness lives inside the body. Doctors may call it stress hormones. I call it slow poison. It affects your heart, your stomach, your sleep, your mood. Forgiveness is not about excusing bad behavior. It is about freeing yourself from carrying it. Your body cannot heal while your heart is clenched. Fifth, I stopped watching the news before bed. The news thrives on fear and outrage. That is how it keeps attention. For years I watched it every evening. Stories of violence, disasters, politicians shouting at one another. Then I would climb into bed with all that noise swirling in my thoughts. It is no wonder I struggled to sleep. Now I turn the television off early. Instead, I read something gentle. I say my prayers. I sit quietly and watch the evening sky change colors. I give my mind space to settle. Sleep is sacred. What you feed your mind before rest matters just as much as what you feed your body during the day. Since making that change, I sleep deeply, 8 hours most nights, and I wake feeling restored rather than drained. Sixth, I stopped trying to please everyone. For much of my life, I said yes to every request. If someone needed help at church, I volunteered. If family needed money, I found a way. If a neighbor wanted to talk for hours, I listened. I believed that being helpful meant being good. But inside, I was exhausted. I felt stretched thin. I felt invisible. Saying yes to everyone else often meant saying no to myself. Eventually, I learned to decline politely. I began protecting my time and energy. I realized that the people who genuinely love you will understand your boundaries. Those who become upset may have only valued what you provided. You cannot pour from an empty cup. Self-respect is not selfishness, it is preservation. Seventh, and perhaps most important, I stopped postponing happiness. When I was young, I believed joy was waiting somewhere in the future. I would be happy once I finished school. I would be happy after marriage, after the children grew up, after retirement. I kept pushing fulfillment further down the road. Meanwhile, life was happening. My husband and I spoke about taking a trip for decades. We always said we would go someday. He passed away 3 months before that trip was supposed to happen. Someday never arrived. My dear friend planned for the adventure she would take once she retired. She never reached retirement. That taught me something I cannot forget. Do not wait. Tell people you love them while you can. Take the trip while your legs still carry you. Wear the nice outfit. Use the good dishes. Eat the special meal. Celebrate ordinary days. Tomorrow is not guaranteed. Not for me at 92. Not for you regardless of your age. The right time is not some distant moment. The right time is the present one you are holding. So those are the 7 things I chose to release. I stopped eating late at night. I stopped arguing with people determined to misunderstand. I stopped sitting all day without moving. I stopped carrying grudges. I stopped filling my mind with fear before sleep. I stopped trying to satisfy everyone. And I stopped waiting for permission to live fully. None of these changes are complicated, but simple does not mean easy. Each one requires daily intention. Each one demands awareness. I have watched too many people I loved leave this world earlier than necessary. Not always because life was cruel, but because they refused to let go of habits that were quietly harming them. They believed there would always be more time to change. You have more influence over your health than you realize. You have more time than you think, but only if you stop surrendering it to choices that drain you. At 92 years old, I understand that longevity is not luck alone. It is stewardship. It is learning when to release what no longer serves you. If this message spoke to you, take a moment to like this video, share it with someone you care about, and subscribe for more reflections like this. Sometimes a simple reminder can add years to a life. Now, if you will excuse me, I have a porch to sit on and an evening sky to admire. And at 92, that golden light still feels like a gift.